make a couple of videos with some like deeper explanation, and then or at least one, and then present you with some more me just like doing some math straight away stuff that you can use. So what I've got right here in front of me is the Algebra 2 course, Polynomial Arithmetic. Uh, all of you have been able to access Khan Academy in some way. If not, you left me a comment about it. And so this is going to be today's or this week's activity, exercise, and task. And that is that you increase your overall mastery percentage. Like, for example, mine right now is, clicking on courses, I can show you. Mine's at 90% for Algebra 2. There's a couple of things that that the Khan Academy organization had added over the summer that I just haven't had a chance to get around to do yet. Now we have the opportunity. Take that number and increase it by 5% by the end of the week. Or put in 30 minutes at least of work for this week, and you'll have met my task. You can find these available. You probably already accessed them because they're on Google Classroom. So Google Classroom has part 1 and part 2. The second one is just a little survey that I want you to do. Anyway, all of that's a setup to say that this video is going to be about kind of going through the beginnings of Algebra 2 stuff that fill in what we were going to focus on for this trimester. Some of you already have started it, so if this video is a repeat of work you've already done, skip it. Scrub through it. You're always like, I'm going to go ahead and drag the YouTube slider bar until you can scrub to the part where you see new information or me just doing math and not talking. I know what you're thinking. Okay, I'm in Algebra 2. I'm in polynomial arithmetic. Many of you have done this, and so this video is really to try to raise the tide of all of you to the point where we're all at the same level, and I'm encouraging you to get all at least 80% mastery. Throwing numbers around this week, raise your overall mastery percentage to 5 more than it currently is right now, and go from there. Or put in 30 minutes of work total, over the course of the week, which is relatively easy to do. I was going to start with the first task of this topic. It's on Intro to Polynomials, but then I just uploaded a video for Algebra 1. They're doing the same thing, only they're going to be emphasizing quadratics, and you've already got that. So you can watch my video for some help on the Intro to Polynomials work. But right now I'm just going to suggest or recommend that we go to the next one. Average rate of change. Many of you are struggling with the concept of average rate of change. I remember this conversation coming up. So this is my way to say I'm going to step in and help those of you that are still remaining to get this one done. And I'm going to go through this one. I got my paper here on the side. I've got the task in front. It's a little glitchy and laggy because I'm buffering videos right now. And these 5-year-old laptops are not really cutting mustard right now. Why is that a phrase? How do I know that as a phrase? Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to be using Desmos for a calculator. I'm going to be taking notes here on the page, and so forgive the choppiness if there is too much of it. I'd like to remind you that this video is brought to you by the following meme. That may come up at some point. Okay, so average rate of change of polynomials. I'm going to take the information that's provided. I do a lot of gesturing, and I forget that my mouse is my way for you to see what I'm gesturing at. What is the average rate of change of this function over the interval from -2 to 4? It's helpful to graph it. So graph it. I'm going to use Desmos. Desmos is I don't know what that was. Desmos is easy for you to get access to from your phone, your device, your whatever. I've posted a ton of links to other calculators that are out there. Texas Instruments is making their software available for free right now for 6 months. Maybe that's expired. And I can show you that too. Oh, my keyboard is broken. -x. I have to switch hands. Oh, get that out of the way. Divide by 4 plus, oh my goodness. Yeah, my keyboard's busted. That's fun. Okay, so you can see here that we have this parabola. It's opening down, and we want to know the average rate of change on the interval from -2 to 4. I wonder if I could straight up type this symbol, -2, 4. It's reading it in different mathematical notation, so I can't use exactly what this is or really, like too much photo math of it to get it figured out. I can cheat though. I can use this notation of brackets as less than or equal to signs. So -2 is less than or equal to, that's literally the less than sign of the equal sign after it, x less than or equal to 4. It creates this interval, this vertical band, and I want to know from the dot on the left side of the band, hint, g of -2, I'm writing it, you'll see it in a second. G of -2 is 6, and g of 4 is 3. So in order to find the average rate of change, what I want to do is I want to be able to find how much difference there is. Think of this like rise over run. This is rise, and this is run. There's a formula that we need to be using for algebra 2. Not all the time, but just certainly often enough that it's acceptable. This formula is as such. It is m, because average rate of change is a slope. We use m for slope. And it's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Definitely something that if you don't have memorized, when you're doing mathematics of this nature, work through that memorization process. Okay, so I'm going to call this first one the first point, which makes this x1, y1. I'm going to call this second, like this is the right edge of the interval. That makes this x2 and y2. And so all I'm going to do is just plug those numbers into the formula. We can kind of do some of it just by looking and observing. Like this is just meant to be basic subtraction. So 3 minus 6 over 4 subtracted by negative 2. 4 minus with parentheses. Don't forget you got a double negative there, so that is a plus. And so our answer becomes negative 3 over 6, or negative 1/2. We can see that negative 1/2 happen. I'll pause. You can screenshot. Okay. Oh, good. That finished. Okay, so from right here we go down 1, 2, 3, and we go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as in negative 3, 6. So the answer is going to be, I wonder if I can type negative 3 over 6. Not 5. I mean, if it says mastered, it says mastered, but whatever. Try again. Answer needs to be simplified. So you'll get it wrong if you don't simplify it. And there it is. And, oh, it gave me the point because it knew that I typed the right answer. It just was like, you haven't simplified it. So it checked for simplification. I bet it could have even done that. Okay, these ones. And really this task, trying to keep the video short, realizing I've already done 2 of them. These ones are irritating. They're irritating because you could go through this whole process, which isn't bad. It just takes time. You could go through this whole process. It's good practice. You plug in the first option to get the answer, plug in the second part of it, get the whatever, all of that, and you're done. I'm going to recommend that Desmos is our friend. And so with Desmos, let's get rid of u and get rid of u. I'm going to go f of x. Can't use that other shift button. Ugh. Okay, equals x to the power of 3 minus 9x. What's funny is that shift button wasn't working on the right side. Now the right side started working and the left side stopped working. Whatever, I'm ranting. Okay, so I want to, I'll do this way. Negative 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3. Well, on the interval, make it a little bit more bold. On the interval, we go from 0 to 0. That's a flat difference between the left edge and the right edge of that purple interval, which is option A. So because that's a flat, there is no change, we need positive change. So I'm going to change these things. A is out. A is not the right answer. A is 0 average change. I need positive average change. I'm going to go from negative 2 to 1, which means up here, on the left edge of the purple interval, it's really high up at 10, and on the right edge, you're going down, right? From the left edge to the right edge, you're on a downward slant, so therefore, no good. B is not the right answer. I'm just going to keep taking those numbers and checking them. From negative 1 to 2, left to right, graph goes down. So that's eliminated. A because it had 0 change, B because it had negative change, C because it had negative change. Literally, it's what's the slope that connects the points. Is it a positive slope or a negative slope? I'm going to choose D. I'm going to click on it 5 times, and maybe the 6th time it'll actually be selected. Thank you, slow computer. What are you guys doing at home with your own devices? Oh, that's clearly rising from left to right. So, all right, we're at the 10-minute mark, so I need to be done. Feel free again to put this on double time speed and watch it in 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes. But the point is that's how you do average rate of change. You use this lovely formula, 2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can Google that and come up with that. Reminders, today's video brought to you by if x squared equals 9, then x equals 3. There is another. What is it, though? Oh, moving on. And also, the letter of the day is T. T is for Tuesday and Thursday. T is for 10 o'clock. So for right now, if you need any extra math help, I'll be alive. I'll be sending out like the ability to get connected to me so that you can ask some questions or just check in. Anyway, get your work done. T for Tuesday, T for 10, T for Thursday. 10 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the information I'll share for now. Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Click the bell, whatever you need to do. Thanks. Bye.